Hi guys, welcome to my channel Confessions of a Gaming Mum, and my glasses are steaming up so I can't see. You joined me post Sunday run. Yeah, I actually got out and did a run, yay. I can't see. So yeah, I did 5k, considering last time, I can't wear them because I can't see what I'm doing. Obviously last time I did a 4k, so today I really wanted to try and do a 5k. It was really tough though, I nearly gave up at 4k because I was getting that same ache, like same pains, like period pains in my stomach and the tops of my legs. But I was like, well, I'll just slow myself right down so I can do it. So my times were not great today. I think I had 2 of my kilometers were over 6 minutes 30, like 6 minutes 35 or something. So not great, but I don't know what it is. After reading that thing yesterday about they think that the COVID vaccine could affect your period, it's now making me think of like the last couple of weeks, because I'm definitely not pregnant, I can tell you that much. Yeah, how it literally just feels like my body is kind of in this sort of like on pause, like waiting for like a trigger. It's going to be like really graphic, I apologize for this, but I feel like what I feel like when I'm just about to come on my period, and I've felt this way for like weeks now. I look bloated, I slightly feel bloated, I'm really lethargic, like I'm just constantly tired, moody, and like I just don't feel like I want to exercise. And like that's when they say that's the whole thing of women can struggle with their weight loss because of their periods, because at that time of the month they can go through a thing of like their body just craves sweet things, they feel like lethargic, they don't put as much effort into exercising as they normally would during the month. And I definitely feel like that's the case with me. Like with my exercises, I've not been doing it as much. Like I might settle on doing 2 sets rather than 3, less reps and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like it's definitely a thing. And like I said, I'm struggling with my running, but then that could also be because I've not been well. So yeah, I just don't know. But the fact that like the last 2 times I've ran, I've actually felt like really severe period cramps. So maybe again, that's the thing. I just don't know. But anyway, so yesterday was a really bad binge day. Not that I'm a binger, but I think that's the whole thing of like how I'm feeling at the moment. Yesterday we went to our favourite cafe. I think I told you this. Yeah, we went to our favourite cafe, had like pasta and stuff. Then for dinner, because we were like, well, we don't really want to do a curry, so what we ended up ordering, we went to our pizza place. I got my favourite halloumi salad from there. It's like halloumi, peppers, rocket, really strong red onion. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, so I had that. We'd got like a garlic pizza bread between the 3 of us and some potato wedges. Bubs was being an absolute nightmare, and he literally had two pieces of the pizza bread and he just would not touch his potato wedges. So yeah, I wasn't very happy. But then we also ordered a Nutella pizza, a Nutella pizza. So as our dessert, so me and my husband sat and ate that, like the whole thing with a cup of tea before bed. So yeah, bit of a binge. And today, hopefully, we'll be having fish and chips, because we're going to the seaside. It's not the best day to be going to the seaside in terms of like when my husband looked before, it was meant to be quite a nice day. But now like through the week, it's just like the forecast for it has just got worse and worse. At one point it looked like it was going to rain, and now it's saying, oh, it's just going to be overcast. But here it's really drizzly. Like when I was running, it started raining a little bit. And then when I was cooling down, it rained a bit as well. And I can see a few drops on my window. So I don't know. But then the seaside is like 40 minutes away from here, so I don't know if it's different there, if it's going to be nicer there. But we thought we don't mind if it's not sunny, because my husband hates the sun anyway. He's a northerner, he doesn't do sun. So if it's cloudy, all the better, because it means less people hopefully will be there, so we can actually enjoy it, because there's like a theme park there and stuff, and we really want to take Bubs there, because it was like my favourite thing to do when I was younger. Like go to the seaside, go to the arcades, have fish and chips on the seawall, get some donuts, fresh donuts that are on the little booth by the beach and stuff. It's a great time, and it's a great time for the kids. So I really want to start doing that with Bubs. So hopefully we still can. Hopefully it won't be rained off. So yes, that's the plan for today. Also, I will have my stream later, so I don't obviously want to overdo it too much, because I need to be able to stream. But yeah, and as I was running, I was listening to my new favourite, or one of my new favourite podcasts. And it makes me really want to do it myself, like do a podcast about ghost stories and stuff, because I love it so much, but I don't know anyone else that would do it with me. I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. But yeah, I found out, well, I was trying to look them up on social media to follow them and stuff. It's basically, I think I said before, I'm pretty sure they're married. I don't know. I was just making assumptions the other day. It's a guy and a girl. I'm pretty sure they were a couple and stuff. And while I was looking them up on social media, I found out that the guy actually died like less than 3 weeks ago. It's so sad. Like he died suddenly. I think he had like they haven't come out and said properly what it is, obviously, understandably. But yeah, it's like something he had, like I think it was for a long illness, or underlying health conditions or something. But they haven't actually come out and said what it is. And they're like asking for privacy and stuff. So, but yeah, how sad is that? I literally just found this podcast and then I find out that one of them's died. It's horrible. So yeah, my thoughts go out to her because she can't be going through a great time right now. But anyway, I think that was all I was going to say today. Can't really think of anything. Yeah, I just hope I can get back on it with my exercise, and I'm hoping like my period will come along at some point as well. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm bored of feeling like it's just sat there not doing anything, and I'm getting orbs across my screen because I've been listening to ghost stories. But anyway, I'm going to head home, have my shower, and then have my breakfast. I think I will do it in that order because I'm really sweaty. I think it's nice here because it's like that breeze was quite nice, and that's another thing I'm really bloody annoyed about, because obviously where I run they've fenced it off because you're not supposed to walk there, but it's just become really overgrown now, and because I'm in short trousers, like I'm getting all scratched up by all the brambles and stuff that they're letting just grow, but like you can't moan about it because it's like, well, you're not supposed to be running there anyway. So it's really slowing down my time because I'm trying not to trip up over all the like brambles and stuff that are growing. I keep looking to make sure I haven't got like fleas or ticks on me or whatever. I do have a lot of scratches though, and my legs really itchy because of it. But anyway, yeah, it was really nice running today. It's still really warm, but because it's overcast and a bit drizzly, it's cooler. So I'm glad I did my first run of the week today. I'm hoping I can get back into it this week because I just feel like I've been so like just not great with it recently. I really need to get back into a routine with it. But anyway, I realise I've talked for a lot longer than I normally do, so I will most likely speak to you later, hopefully while we're at the seaside or something. So yeah, speak to you later. Hi guys, so it's 11:30. Completely forgot obviously when I signed off earlier that I would be speaking to you about our shopping haul, but anyway, I'm just a little bit pissed off right now because I just put on a mum group that I find, well, in the past I found quite good for being able to, or I felt comfortable to post personal stuff. So sort of asked about like anyone else had any experience with like their periods after having the COVID jab. Obviously it got removed because I remember I like mentioned the dreaded word COVID. So obviously you can talk about anything you like, anything personal. You can talk about like your periods, you can talk about discharge, you can talk about anything, but don't you dare mention the word COVID. No, can't talk about that. It's fucking bullshit. So yeah, I'm just really pissed off about it. But anyway, here's my shopping haul for the week. So we'll start over here. So got some chopped tomatoes because we were running out. Tomato puree with basil and oregano. Red lentil fusilli, even though we don't need it this week. I'm gonna go back to these stock cues because the ones we were getting before, they were just not good. Made my cooking taste awful, and I'm pretty sure that my cooking isn't that bad. So yeah, we're going back to those. Got some Lavazza coffee caps. Got some new potatoes. Got some more garlic. I've decided to have these now as a snack because, like I said, I've been having a lot of like sweet cravings lately, and these are really good. Only 63 calories per bag, so it's just nice to sort of curb that sweet craving without having too many calories. So yeah, that's why I got those. I've got some eggs for my omelette. My lunch today is a chicken Caesar wrap. Hubby got a pasty because he couldn't find any vegan wraps. This is Bubs' lunch as well. Got some wholemeal bats for my hubby's sausage sandwich that he has each weekend, so we're just going to bung those in the freezer. Over here, got Bubs some more of these vegan chicken nuggets. Got some more jacket potatoes. Got some Oatly, more of Bubs milk, some more Alpro milk, because or almond milk, because we've been running quite low on this, having quite a bit of it. Got some grapes, although Bubs hasn't finished the ones from last week, so hopefully it doesn't go through a stage of not eating them. We'll just have to see. He's got some more custard creams. We're going to try him with bourbons just to give him a bit more variety, because he tends to like Also chocolate, and then we give him biscuits and he doesn't eat them. I think he's getting a bit bored of them, so we thought we'd try some bourbon, see what he thinks of those. And Bubs yogurts have come as well. Got some sunflower spread because they didn't have any olive ones. Got some free from fromage frais. Got some onions, carrots, lemons. Got some more of my grated cheese, some more mozzarella for Bub's pizza. Got some beetroot falafel as well. Again, couldn't find turkey meatballs. Like, they've just disappeared off the face of the planet on the Tesco website. So Scotch beef meatballs again. Some more bananas and my turkey mince. So in all, I think this came to like £68 something, like just under £69. So big shop, but obviously stuff that's needed. So now I'll just put it all away. Oh my god. Good morning guys, welcome to Monday. So my husband is just off taking Bubs to nursery. It's such a miserable day. At least it's not like absolutely bucketing down like it was all last night. So I think it's just sort of very drizzly. So yeah, he's off to get his second jab today. Hopefully I hear about mine being pushed forward at some point, but yeah, not much planned other than that for today. I just need to edit my last fitness vlog for this Saturday, and also I need to finish on my Assassin's Creed video for tomorrow. So yeah, I need to get that done. No more procrastinating, I need to get stuff done. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So let's see how I get on, because I just want to get my head down and get on with it. Later in the day I'll be doing my exercises, so yeah. Really can't think of anything else that's happened since I last spoke to you. Well, obviously we went out to the seaside, but I'll probably talk to you about that later once I've got stuff done, because I need to get stuff done. So I will speak to you later about our trip to the seaside yesterday. Morning guys, so it's Tuesday. I can't talk for long because obviously I need to get back, have my shower and stuff, and take Bubs to his class. So just wanted to say that it was a really good run in that I was able to do the 5k. I was still dying. I had to talk myself out of stopping at 4 kilometers. I very nearly did because I was really struggling, but I just slowed right down. I'm pretty sure I stayed below 6 minutes 30, I think, for each kilometer. It's just such a pain in the arse now because, like I said, where I run past the fence, it's so overgrown now with brambles and stinging nettles and stuff. So I have to, oh, I just saw a parakeet. Slow down to a walk because literally some of the brambles are like face height, so I have to, like, it's one thing to sort of let your legs and your torso get scratched up, but I really don't want a bramble in my face. So yeah, it's getting to a point I have to walk up the hill because it's literally like it's overreaching from both sides, so you just can't avoid it. So yeah, it's incredibly frustrating because obviously no one will cut it because no one's supposed to be walking there. So I don't understand how it's got so bad when you've not been able to go that way for like got to be at least 2 years now, so I don't see how it's all of a sudden gone like that. So I don't know, but yeah, that's incredibly frustrating. So that's obviously going to affect my times anyway. But yeah, I didn't have the period cramps this time round, which I'm really happy about. So hopefully that's either I'm improving or I don't know what it could mean. Yeah, see, I'm getting all these bumps now from where I've got scratches from the bloody brambles. Also, yeah, just as I started running, I saw these ladies that I see nearly every time I run. Then they go on their walk and they stopped me literally as I started, like just as I'd started running, and I checked my headpiece out because I didn't know what they were asking or what they were saying. And one of them was like, "We just wanted to say we think you're doing so well." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, so it took me back. I was like, it's like not something you intend to, like, you think you're gonna hear when you're like first thing in the morning, you feel tired as, and you're about to kill yourself on a run. So yeah, that made my run really. So glad to hear it. But yeah, it's super muggy. No sun, but just, yeah, really muggy, hence why I'm absolutely sweating. So I'm going to head back before I steam up the windows too much. Maybe I'll speak to you after Bubs' class. We'll see how he is in the car. I've got all these bloody scratches on me. I desperately need a shower and just try and get anything that might be lingering off me. So I'll speak to you later. Yay! Well done. You're sleeping. Good morning, guys, and welcome to Thursday morning post run. Apologies for not vlogging yesterday. It was just one of those days. Anyway, yeah, I had a bit of a banging headache yesterday, and yeah, I just weren't in the mood for really talking about the fact that nothing was really happening. So so yes, I didn't see the point really. I did do my live stream there yesterday, and I managed to finish Lost Artifact just in time. So that's Tomb Raider 3 now done and dusted. So Sunday I will be starting on Tomb Raider 4, and I'm just so excited. I need to make sure obviously it works before anything. But yeah, so it's a busy week for live streaming. So I've got Friday, which is my usual Sims stream. Then I'm taking part in a community live stream with Team of Ash, Steve of War, Uncharted Raider, and I think Rapwins. I'm not sure if anyone else is coming. But yeah, so I've got that Saturday night. And then Sunday, yeah, I start Tomb Raider 4. So yeah, busy week. My poor hubby. I'm sure he understands it's a one-off, so it's fine. So I'm a bit pissed off because I think I've mentioned a few times now that where I run, like I run 5k and I run along the river. And when you get to about 700 meters, so not even like, I've not even done the first kilometer. When I get to 700 meters, the council put a fence up because I think there was a really bad storm, not last year, the year before, and it knocked some bits off the path that you walk along the sea. There's no sea wall there or anything. There's no like sea defences or anything. It's literally just a path along, like that you can walk along the river. But it's on like a bit of a hill. So one side, obviously, it goes down to the sea or river, and on the other side is just a ditch with like a little bog at the bottom. A few years ago, there was a big storm, knocked a few bits of cement off the path, and it was deemed too unsafe for people to walk along it, even though it's a lot wider than most of the paths leading along there. Because a few bits have fallen off, they deemed it too unsafe. It then became an argument between the council and the landowner over who should pay to have it fixed. So we're still at a point where no one's fixing it, no one's doing anything about it. And where I am now, like I'm looking at a 17th century fort. There's been a building here, because obviously it's on the river, so there's been a river defence here for centuries, like going back, yeah, I think like Anglo-Saxon times or something. There's always been something here. The one that's here now is 17th century, but 5 kilometres going west is along the river is another fort, which is again about 17th century, and it's actually English heritage. And you can walk from here to that fort when the tide's out. Me and my husband have never done it, but apparently you can do it, and it's actually quite a popular place to run and cycle. But because the council put this fence up, like I said, it's like 700 meters. I run 700 meters, and that's where the fence is. So it's probably about 200-300 meters that they say is unsafe. And because of that, you can't go from this fort to the other fort unless you bypass that fence. So I don't run to the fort, I run 2 kilometers that way, and then it becomes a bit of a dirt path. So I'd rather not, in case I roll my ankle or something. So I stay until the concrete runs out and then I run back. And yeah, that's roughly about 2 kilometers. So almost not even halfway really. If you don't ignore the fence, like if you take heed of the fence, that you completely, any plan to walk to the fort and back is just completely scuppered because of that fucking fence that you don't need. But people have been ignoring the fence, obviously, because they like to be able to do that walk. It's a lovely walk, and that's why I run there, because it's absolutely beautiful, because it's all along the river. But obviously then the council are just not bothering doing anything. People have ripped up the fences several times and thrown them into the hedges, and then the council just come back and put them back in. There's one that's on a hill as well, so you've got one on this side and one on the other side, and basically they've moved the fence up there because it was easy for people to rip it out and throw it away. So now they've put it halfway up the hill to make it really difficult for people to remove it, but it's also really difficult if you're on a bike or you're running down that hill for you to see it because it's so overgrown. So they've made it dangerous there, but it's also got to a point over the last few weeks where the weather has been insane, like the seasons have changed so rapidly that nature has just, it's like she's on steroids or something. It's just every sort of wild plant and bramble and everything has just multiplied by like 1,000 in size. So when I'm running along there now, it's like I'm literally tripping over brambles and so much like vines and different things like that. So it got to a point today when I was running, like I'm literally having to walk most of, like I said, I tried to talk myself out of it today in terms of like, because I was like, oh, maybe I should find another route. I'm like, no, I can't let them win, because I was just thinking it's not even 100 meters that's overgrown. So why poo-poo your 5k run just because of 100 meters? But then, yeah, as I was doing it, I was like, this is getting ridiculous. You're literally fighting, like I'm literally having to stop walking to move the brambles out of my face because it's that bad. And so, yeah, I'm walking almost half a kilometer because obviously going up and then coming back down again. And as I was coming back, I was so concentrating on the brambles and like not kicking brambles or whatever, or tripping over any sort of plants or anything, that I rolled my ankle in a dip in the pavement that I would have seen if it weren't for the amount of plants that are in the way. So then I had to walk that off a bit. Luckily my ankle's fine now, but it just really pissed me off. So I can't keep doing that, and it's really sort of buggering up my times as well. My times are really, really bad. So I'm trying to think of what other route I could do. That's what I spent the rest of my run doing, thinking, how am I going to change my run? Because like I said, I don't even hit a kilometre running that way if I take heed of the fence. It pisses me off so much because it's just like, it's such an amazing route and they've just completely fucked it over because they just can't bother to pay for it. I hate this council, I really do. They're so fucking corrupt here, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I need to head home because I need to give my husband the car because he needs to take Bubs to nursery and I need a shower from running through all those hedgerows, making sure I've not got any, that's what I get really paranoid about, is like if I've got ticks or fleas on me or something. I can't think of anything else I was going to update you about, don't think so. But anyway, as Bubs is at nursery today, I will be editing my vlog, hopefully getting it done in good time because I want to be able to sort out my new artwork that I've got for the channel. So I can see if I can, because I've put it up most places and it fits okay. The only one it doesn't fit okay on is YouTube, I think. So I need to do that one to edit that. And also I want to look at making it so it looks good on some merch as well. I'll get some merch sorted. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. So I will speak to you tomorrow most likely, unless there's any important update I need to give. So speak to you later. Hi guys, welcome to Friday. So apologies if I've not been filming too much. I think my head has just been like all over the place this week. Good thing though that I can point out is I've actually started my period, yay! After all that worry. Yeah, I started it yesterday and yeah, it's very much here. So that won't go into too much detail, but yeah, so it's here so I don't have to worry too much. So yeah, I'm just getting back to keeping track on that. Also because it's Saturday tomorrow, which is weigh-in day, I'm quite confident with the fact that I think I should have lost a considerable amount of weight. My hope is 3 pounds, but I'm sort of going along the lines of between 1 and 2 pounds.
more realistic. But yeah, because I'm on my period and I didn't lose a lot last week, and I think last week was more affected by water weight than what I actually physically lost. Yeah, I feel like it will be quite a bit this week, and I feel like I have lost weight this week. I think I've mentioned before, or if people haven't watched weight loss videos, where I said for me it depends how I feel on a Friday. Normally sort of correlates with what happens with my weigh-in on a Saturday. And normally if I feel like I look like I've lost weight, then I tend to have lost weight. So I feel like I have. I don't know if it's just I've lost a lot of water weight because now I've come on my period, so like obviously all the water and bloating is going down. I don't know if it's because of that or not, but obviously if it is water weight, then it still means weight loss. So yeah, we'll just have to see what the scales say tomorrow, so fingers crossed. There's also a new thing that we've been looking at this week, because I think I've mentioned before about the fact that me and my husband were dabbling with the idea of moving to New Zealand in a couple of years. Unfortunately, the more I've looked into it, the more it's made me against the idea. More because like I was apprehensive anyway. Like when we first went to New Zealand and we just decided that we loved it so much, we like instantly wanted to move there. We didn't want to come home. We just absolutely like loved it so much. But for me, it was the whole thing of being away from my family, knowing how far it was for us to travel, and that my parents probably wouldn't be able to do that for very long, if at all. So it would mean we'd have to come over to see them, and that was before my parents had even like told us about moving to Crete. So obviously, yeah, that adds then a spanner in the works in terms of we'd have to go and visit my family in Crete and also my sister in England. So it would be a lot of like Europe jumping. Not that we would mind that, but it would literally be so expensive. It would probably be nigh on impossible. We'd only probably be able to do it like every other year, not even every year. And all our holidays would be spent on visiting family rather than actually going to places that we'd like to visit. So obviously we'd like to take Bubs to America, like to Disneyland. I'd like to go to like Chicago and California again, and like different things like that, and we just would not be able to do it because we'd be spending all of our holiday time visiting family. So that was kind of my initial thoughts. But then when I've more looked into it, in terms of maybe we could be able to afford it, one, if my husband kept his job, because he would get more for his money if he was to keep his job rather than looking for a job out in New Zealand. But it's also like what I've seen people talk about on like expats in New Zealand groups is the quality of the housing is really bad out there as well. I mean, if I have any New Zealanders on that watch this, then please let me know if this is the case, but it's what I've read a lot of, is that their houses can have a lot of like condensation, a lot of damp and stuff. And also it's like really expensive and just different things. And I was just like, if we were to move out there, we'd have to sell up here, like literally just move our entire lives over there. And if it weren't to work out, we'd be left with nothing pretty much. And then we'd have to try and salvage like some sort of a life back here. And to me, it's just too big a risk. So yeah, the more I've looked into it, the more apprehensive I've been about it. Like I said, I love New Zealand so much, and if it was the sort of distance that it is to my parents, like a 4-hour flight, no way would I be questioning it. I'd be more than happy to do it. But I think it's just the distance is just, it's too far for me. And like I said, with that whole housing issue and stuff, but that doesn't really, that's kind of like lower on the list. It's more, you take that bigger risk when you're going over the other side of the world. It's just a bit more of a risk than taking it when it's just a few hours flight away sort of thing. So anyway, we were kind of like apprehensive about that. And then I was just thinking the other day, I was like, you know what, I've never actually looked up, compared to like, say if we were to sell our house here, like we keep looking at what we could get if we moved to New Zealand, considering what we've got here. What about if we were to do it with Italy? I'd mentioned about moving to Italy to my husband numerous times before because I love it so much. And he didn't like the idea, I think because of like the whole language barrier, and like he said about with Crete, he said it doesn't really, non-English speaking countries he doesn't think hold as much prospect for Bubs when he's older. It would literally mean he grew up there and then he would move back to the UK to like get his university or like a job or whatever. So yeah, so that's kind of like his thought, like why he preferred New Zealand, because at least it was in English speaking, and yeah, he just felt like he'd like Bubs would have more opportunity over there. But then I was just like, well, I'll just have a look just as like a throwaway thing. I'll see how much and we could get. And in Tuscany, well, like we always sort of poo-pooed Tuscany if we were ever to buy in Tuscany because Tuscany is seen as really expensive. But when I actually looked at the sort of house prices that are actually in Tuscany, we could actually get some really nice houses for the sort of similar price that this house would be. And I showed it to my husband and his eyes pretty much lit up. And then I think he was one round to the idea that actually we could make that move to Italy in terms of just being able to buy something nice, somewhere that's like just really idyllic, really beautiful, in a country that we love and we know quite well. Obviously language barrier is a thing, but we could always work around that. But then if you did want to sort of come back to England when he's older to pursue a career or whatever, then that's up to him when he's older. Like, he can move back and he's not necessarily like half a world away. He's literally just in another country, or we could even go with him depending on what the situation is when we're that bit older. So my husband's now come around to the idea. So now we've started researching that, or I've started researching that, and the first hurdle we come across is obviously the whole post-Brexit Britain with the EU and different things like that. So originally I don't think it would have been as bad for my hubby to move over there with the job he's got now before, like pre-Brexit, but post-Brexit he'd now have to get a work visa, and it was just really confusing trying to figure out what sort of visa he would need. But I think we've come to the conclusion he would need a work visa because he would be moving over there to work, but he would be working for a UK company. So it's one of those confusing things. So someone actually said on again, I've joined like an expat in Italy group, and yeah, because someone originally showed me one where it was like you can move over there if you have a source of income, but you're not necessarily moving over there to work. It was like, well, we are moving over there and my husband will be working, so I don't think like everything like apart like for that visa was like, yeah, that actually fits what we are doing. But then my husband will actually be working, but on this visa you can only have like investments, so like property or pension or whatever, and it has to be like a certain amount of money and stuff. So it would be fine if it weren't for the fact that my husband can't work on that visa. That was the big thing. So that visa idea has been scrapped. So yeah, we've now worked out it has to be a work visa, but they only allow like, I think it's like 2,500 work visas a year or something that are non-EU, for non-EU citizens. So it will be quite difficult unless my husband can get help from his office. So that would be like literally the first step for us to know whether or not his office would be completely happy with us living in a completely different country, one where they don't actually have an office, because obviously in France and Germany Square has an office, so that's easy enough for them to work out, like, because it's all about like taxing and everything like that. So it would, the first step for us to actually work out if it would actually even be possible would be to work out if his office would accept him moving to Italy, because obviously the whole remote working thing shouldn't be an issue, because it hasn't been an issue for the last like 2 years nearly. So yeah, that's the first hurdle. But anyway, I just wanted to, I know it's taken like 10 minutes to talk about that, but I just wanted to talk about it because that's currently what I've been doing this week, is trying to get my head around what we could actually do. So yeah, if anyone else has any tips or hints or whatever, any Italians that are watching, you can give some advice or whatever, or like recommendations of people to talk to and stuff. But yeah, that's currently where we stand. But anyway, I came upstairs to do my exercises, that's what I need to do. So I can't think of anything else I need to talk about. Yeah, pretty non-eventful week apart from me just reading about moving to Italy. So I will probably speak to you tomorrow after I've done my weigh-in. So I will speak to you later. Hi guys, so it's it's actually Sunday, it's not Saturday, but in all fairness, I didn't have like really any time yesterday to actually do my like sort of end the vlog, so I'm doing it now quick while I have the time. So yes, so what happened yesterday, I weighed myself. That was the first thing I did, and I was incredibly disappointed by what the scales actually said. To be honest, I did lose weight, but I lost less than I did the previous week. Like the previous week I think I lost like 0.6 pounds, and I think this week I lost 0.4. So I'm technically in the 150 pound area. So I'm at like 159.8, but it's kind of that whole thing of like just a little nudge over the line. I'm going to be back to 160, so I'm ever so slightly annoyed. But yeah, so I have no idea. Sorry, I'm burping. I just swigged down a big bloody coffee. So yeah, I don't know what caused that,
considering I think I've done quite well. I don't know if it is because I'm still on my period, therefore I'm carrying a load of water weight. Because it's funny, because Friday when I looked at myself, I felt like I looked like I lost weight. Woke up on Saturday and I was like, I don't feel the same. I feel like I look a bit puffy. So yeah, I don't know if I maybe because of it was the second day of my period that it meant that I was just carrying a load more water weight. I don't know. So I'm hoping that's it, because I can't think of anything that I did during the week that would have made that happen, other than the only other thing I'm thinking, which is why I'm going to change something next week, and that is the food that we ate Friday. Because Friday we always have the rice, chickpea, and I have chicken. Bubs and my hubby have the vegan chicken, but we've recently gone back to having the old stock cubes that we used to have, because before we were on these really low salt stock cubes and they taste vile. They made all my food taste like shit. So, and we had the old stock cubes that we had before in our dinner on Friday, and it just tasted so much better. It was like, yeah, just so much better. So I don't put salt in my food. That's the thing. The only time salt ever goes anywhere near my food is if it's in, like, if I use things like stock cubes and stuff like that. I never put salt in my food. So I'm not too bothered about that sort of thing. Like, if it's quite high in salt, I'm like, well, it's on the very, like, it's on the occasion that I use that. It's not like I put salt in my food on top of that, or like in every single meal that I make. So yeah, so I don't mind using the stock that has high salt, but it's the only thing I can think of that maybe cause my weight to fluctuate like that, because apparently if you have high salt in your food like the day before you weigh yourself, the next day you will have gained weight, but it's water weight. So that's the only reason I can think why all of a sudden my weight loss has kind of just plummeted to being almost non-existent. So what I'm going to do, I haven't told my husband this, I'm going to swap round the dinners that we have Monday and Friday. So instead of having the chicken and rice on the Friday, we're going to have that on a Monday instead, and we'll have the pasta and meatballs on the Friday, because I'm pretty sure, like, again, I don't put any salt in my food, so I don't think it's high salt. I think when I put things into Fitness Pal, the only dinners that come up as having high salt are the ones that I put the stock cube in, and I don't put stock cube in my pasta sauce because I make my pasta sauce from scratch. So pretty sure it shouldn't be high salt. So we'll try that and see if my theory works about the fact that my weight loss should be a bit better. Admittedly, I do have cookies on a Friday night, because that's when my husband buys like the big cookies from when he goes shopping for my nan's stuff. He gets like, and obviously it's when I'm streaming, so it's kind of like my Friday night treat after a week of being good. So yeah, but I don't see how having cookies would, because I mean it was literally like two about that big, so I don't see how that would affect my weight loss within like 12 hours or whatever it was. So it doesn't normally, so yeah. But anyway, I think that was it. So yeah, I'm going to leave that for this vlog. So I'm going to sign off here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on social media, all the links will be down below. And on that note, I'll say love you guys, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye.